And let's roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, let's roll out.
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Food, Fitness, and Fun with my main man, DRE.
What's good in the neighborhood?
What's good in the neighborhood? All right, so we're going to do this thing. We ain't been around for about a month. I hope y'all missed us. I hope y'all went back and watched some of them old episodes and enjoyed that. But we've had some things going on personally, and so we needed to take a teeny tiny hiatus. But we back like cook crack. You feel what I'm saying? And so let's get right into it. So Dre's got our food topic. Take it away, Dre, while I start eating my actual food.
Yeah, it's all good, brother. Yeah, so you know how we are with the brunch mission. The brunch movement is live all the time.
I know that's your favorite, son. You
Son,
be brunching. You be drunk. You be brunching like all the baddies.
Son, I'm just a brunch maniac.
You a brunch baddie. You know what I'm saying? You be like, what's that? A day party? You got brunch? Exactly. Okay, I'm coming. You know what
with I mean? Unlimited mimosas. You know what I mean? All the eaties. You know how it is.
Exactly. Unlimited mimosas.
Yeah. So, it's this spot that I always mess up the name with this, man. But I'm going to say Vion's. It's a spot in New Orleans. They have this, like, really good brunch. And the owners are, people of color, black folk. And they have this, what they call their petite burger, the burger de petite. It's this spot is like very like French, has like a French Creole vibe, So if you do your history with blacks, Creole,
makes a lot of sense why it's that way.
Yeah, right. And so this you'll see on the screen is a 8-ounce beef burger, and what I like about it is it has that fried egg. Bacon, and bacon. So it's a lot of protein on here, and it's absolutely delicious. You know what I mean? Absolutely delicious. Yeah, man. So you take a look at it. Not to mention that fried egg on there. It was fucking the shiznick, And so I'm all about protein and brunch and getting like pure pure sources of protein when you're out and about. When you make your choices, for me, I'm like, how much protein can I get? So when I see something like this, it's like a good burger with some egg on there, that's like my favorite. I'm not a big bacon guy, but I don't mind bacon. And it was seasoned really well. So they have their own unique seasonings.
Okay.
They put their own joint on there. So it's they actually call it Vion's seasonings. It's like whatever they put together gives it its own like flavor.
I like that.
I was thrown back by it. I was like, whoa.
Nice.
That's what's up, son.
So and I saw you got something in the basket. What was in the basket? Fries?
Yeah, it was some little like they they don't call them fries because they too high acidity for that. Right. But they got some like fancy name for their fries. But the fries were also good. Right. Like some little Fritz or something. Right. But they also had their own little seasoning as well. It was like seasoned really well, not too salty, just the right amount of seasoning.
Nice.
In those fries, man, it was like super good. So, to the audience out there, if you ever go brunching, I say try a burger with egg. If you don't do bacon, that's fine. But burger with egg, if you're talking about, hey, I want to make sure I get enough protein for the start of your day, if that's how you start your day with your brunch, burger, fried egg, yo.
I assume the egg was nice and runny.
Oh man, nice. But not super runny though. That's the thing. It was like it was runny, but it was they just did it right. They just knew what time. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, just put 3 minutes on it. That's it. Don't put no more.
Take it out, put it on top of the burger.
Boom.
And now I gotta get a little controversial. You like your burger medium or well done?
Medium, bro. Medium. Yeah, you're only going to appreciate it to me. You know, I started when I was really, really young, like a kid. Everything had to be burnt, but
Right.
I
Burn
got
that motherfucker.
educated on how you eat beef. You know, and it should not be super well done. You know, because you don't get a chance to really appreciate the taste if you burn the shit out of it, man. So medium is good. You know, and sometimes when it comes to a steak, I'll do like medium rare. You know. Just put it in the sear it in the pan for a few, and let me do what I do. You know what I mean?
Chris Rock. Remember Down to Earth? He said, if your head is bloody, we're your buddy.
You know
that's
what
how
I mean?
you feel about your beef.
Right. I mean, I don't want it like screaming when I bite into it. But,
well, I mean, a medium rare, it's screaming.
You know, but
that cow just got chopped up about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It might
move when you bite it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. See, medium is just gonna sear it on both sides. It's good. So you got that cover, but then when you bite into it, you see that pure pink, and you're like, ooh, I like that.
I liked it, that shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah. Sweet. So let's move on to our next.
So I wanted to talk about, we in weight loss season officially. Summer is pretty much here in a couple of weeks or so.
It's here, baby.
By the time this airs, we'll be, into the summer. And, one thing I've been getting from people, if you're one of these people, comment, in the comments where you've been trying your absolute best to lose that fat, right? To lose that weight. You are quote unquote eating right. You're quote exercising, and I'm saying quote unquote because a lot of people are like, yeah, I eat right. But then when you take a look at their diet, you like, yeah, but what's all this like ice cream doing here?
Right. I'm about to say pint of ice cream.
Right. Like,
that. Only way to eat right is you got to have a pint of ice cream.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
at least one a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so I always feel like people are lying, Yeah, I eat clean. So I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever. Right. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you are eating clean. You are exercising regularly, not just one day a week, but you're getting 3 to 5 days in a week of good exercise. You know what I mean? You're doing your cardio, you're doing some strength training, and you feel like, yo, the needle is not moving in the direction that you want. You know what I'm saying? What is it? What's keeping this fat on my body?
You need Wegovy.
Right. Yeah. Bro. Right. That's what you need. You need to take that shot, and let it do what it do.
Right.
But if you don't feel like shelling out, I guess it's like $500 a month. I forgot how much it is. Something like that.
I think it was $350 without insurance.
Okay.
$350 a month if I remember correctly. Right. But anyway, so fuck that drug.
Yeah, Wegovy.
And fuck Novo Nordic. That's the company that owns it.
Yeah, Ozempic. You know what I mean? Y'all just switched up names, whatever. But yeah, so it's like, well, hey, you're doing everything. You're not taking any drugs or anything like that, but the weight is not moving. What could it be? Well, I'm about to tell you what it could possibly be. What it could possibly be is your hormones. So losing weight is a hormonal response, right? Your hormones play a large part in your fitness journey. And you could possibly be doing everything right and still not losing weight if your hormones are not balanced. Now, the human body has dozens of hormones that need to be sort of like operating like an orchestra. You know what I'm saying? Like an orchestra isn't just one instrument, right? It's these instruments together, and you got your little maestro in the front.
Maestro!
Regulating all of it. Hey, But the two hormones I want to talk about, the first one I want to talk about is cortisol, what they call the stress hormone. So if you're the type of person, once again, comment if this is you, where let's say you are under tremendous stress, maybe at work, you put in a lot of hours. I know a lot of people fall into this where they're like the first one to come in. They're the last one to leave.
That's right.
When they get home, they got to still do more stuff. Clean the house, check the homework, smack a kid around, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that's causing you stress, like what y'all kids did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that text from the school. Yeah, your kid has been wilding out again today. You're like, oh man. So there's plenty of things, that causes people to have like high stress levels. When you have a high stress level, you have a high cortisol level. When your cortisol is high, your body will not release fat because you're telling your body we are in fight or flight mode, right? And so your body is like, yo, we can't give nothing up because we need all this because we're going through some stressful situation.
That's right.
If a tiger is chasing you, it's not about losing weight. It's crazy stress. So I don't want to make it sound like you don't need this hormone. You need all your hormones and you need the cortisol hormone, but you need it to rise for a reason and then go back down. In fact, all hormones have like a temporary sort of life, if you will. They rise for a minute for whatever it is they got to do, then they go down. But in today's society, when we're highly stressed out for various reasons, you could be, say you're on meds or something, and those meds could be causing you to be stressed out, raising your cortisol levels. And so your fat isn't going to move. In fact, a lot of times people get caught into this. You could be over exercising. So you're not giving your body a chance to actually rest. And so you're keeping relatively high cortisol levels all the time. So when you go to the gym and you work out, you're experiencing really high cortisol levels because you're stressing your body out, right? Now that's fine if you take the necessary time to rest and recover. And we've covered rest and recovery on this pod before. So for those of you who haven't heard us talk about that, go back a few pods and listen to how we talk about the importance of rest and recovery. But right now, what I really want to focus on is, cortisol, that stress hormone, and what are some things you need to do to try to eliminate it, right?
Or decrease it.
Or decrease it as much as you can. And, the first thing I would have to say is you got to get into some sort of rest, and some kind of rest mode, whether that is, number one, enough sleep, right? If you're the type of person like, I only sleep 3 hours, I barely sleep, I can't sleep, then you got high cortisol levels, yo. Your cortisol levels as high as whatever. I'm
about to say through the roof.
They through the roof. And so you're not going to lose weight because you're always up. If you're only getting an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's a nap.
That's not enough rest and recovery for your body. And so what you need to do is see what's keeping you up. Sometimes, I know I do this, you can have some kind of sleep aid. When I find myself not being able to sleep, I take a little sleep aid. It might be a little lately I've been doing the little CBD gummy situations. You know what I'm saying? Take one of those and within 30 minutes, oh man, I'm sleeping like a sweet newborn baby. You know what I mean?
Baby back, bitch. Baby
you know what I mean?
Bitch.
You know what I'm saying? I am out, man. I'm like, nah, I don't have no problems in the world. And I'll get a solid 6 to 8, when I do that and feel mad refreshed because that's what your body needs. Your body needs to recover. And so that number one thing got to be sleep. Then you could try some other things like meditation, people think meditation is just like, and holding your breath and all that. And that that's one form. That's one form of meditation. But meditation can simply be going out for a walk in the park and just emptying your mind. Stop thinking about everything all the time. I know so many people who are like this. They can't rest their brain. They're always thinking about something. What about this? What about this? What about this? This could be, and it could be this thing, and it could be this. And you never let your body just chill for a minute. Empty your mind. Don't think about nothing. I know that's hard to do, but just trying to just walk, enjoy the scenery, look at the birds. If you live near the water, just listen to the sound of the water sometimes. Small things like that to help you relax. and bring down those cortisol levels. If your mind is always racing, thinking about the next thing, that's high stress, that's high cortisol levels. So you can't constantly maintain that. That's impossible if you talk about weight loss. Jay, you got any other recommendations to
I was waiting for you to get your your shit off.
Go ahead.
Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's two things I want to say. One, there's a lot of different ways, which you kind of said at the end. There's a lot of different ways to kind of reset your brain. Exactly what you said is really challenging for me. Even when I'm tired and I lay down, it's like constantly shit just running through my mind. Oh, I forgot to do this. Man, I didn't send Dre that message. Oh, I forgot to edit this on the pod. And oh man, tomorrow, such a busy day in work. Oh man, my daughter. And I'm just,
yeah.
It's like, okay. And so I said here on this pod before, one of the things I do is I learned this kind of like meditation routine where you just focus on breathing. And so I lay there, and when that's happening, it's not for sleeping, but I use it for sleeping. I'll lay there and focus only on breathing. I literally tell my mind, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Still, stuff tries to still sneak in. I breathe in. But what about Dre? No. Breathe out. Breathe in. But your daughter, you got a message. Breathe out, And so it takes a little bit of time sometimes, but I find it to be helpful. And so that's one of the things that I do is this kind of like just focus on breathing technique. And then the other thing is I use exercise as part of that. For me, that's what I like about cardio sessions. For me, cardio sessions are the time to let all of that go. I forget about everything else and just focus on the cardio session, whether that's running in the park, running on the treadmill, interval exercises on the elliptical, whatever it is, that's where my mind is. And that's kind of like a form of meditation too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Which I didn't think about until, shout out to Nestor. Nestor commented on like a year back when we spoke about something similar. He's like, oh, doing 40 minutes on the elliptical in intervals, that's meditation. I was like, oh, that's a great point. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's one of the things that I do as well. But I want to say something that you didn't say, which is, I think part of this is also not just cortisol levels. It's doing enough to dip into what's called stored fat.
Right.
And so you could be working out, but you may not be doing enough. And to be clear, I don't mean quantity or even time specifically. What I'm saying is enough for your body to exert the energy to tell your body, hey, we're losing too much. It's time to dip into the stored fat. And see, stored fat only comes after you've hit a certain amount of burned calories, energy, etc. If you're not dipping into that stored fat, it's going to be hard to lose weight past a certain limit, because stored fat is really what we're talking about losing. Most of us are not skinny and want to lose 5 pounds. Most of us on this weight loss journey, especially people who are saying, I want to lose weight or lose fat, most of us are not talking about, I want to lose 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. We're talking about losing 10% body fat, 15% body fat, 20% body fat. The only way to get those numbers is to be doing enough activity or activities enough, like often enough, right? So for example, you mentioned 3 to 5 days. Perhaps 3 days is not enough. Perhaps your body needs 5 days or 6 days. It really depends on what you're doing, what type of stored fat you have, what's your current body fat percentage. Those things are going to change where you are going on your journey. And so, you could be doing great exercises, but only twice a week. You could be running long 11-mile runs, but nothing else during the week. And so maybe that one run is not enough. Maybe you need to add some more runs throughout your week. And I'm using runs as an example. But stored fat is really what most people are talking about when they're saying they want to lose weight. That fat, you've been carrying it for years, most of us, myself included. That shit ain't get there yesterday. And so dipping into that stored fat is just as important. And I think a lot of the people who are saying, hey, I'm struggling to lose weight, they may not be doing enough to dip into that stored fat category.
Yeah.
And so that's something that we have to consider as well.
Yeah. And so I'm glad you mentioned that. So absolutely, you're not going to lose weight unless you're in a caloric deficit. That I want to say it goes without saying, but I'm actually glad you said it because some people forget that. So if you're not in a caloric deficit, you can be as relaxed and non-stressful as anyone, but you're not going to lose weight because you need to get into caloric deficit. But what I'm saying on this topic right now is like, let's say you are in that caloric deficit, right? Like you killing that caloric deficit, you in a 500 caloric deficit, 1,000 calorie caloric deficit, and you're still not losing weight. It could be these hormones that we're talking about. So you could be in a, in fact, if you're in a super caloric deficit, like some people will just be like, yo, like I didn't eat, I'm fasting, 3 days, 4 days.
And I'm bodybuilding.
Right. And it's like that puts a lot of stress on your body. Your body is not actually relaxed. You may not see the results you thought you were going to see because your cortisol levels went really high. And so your body doesn't want to give up the fat because it feels like it's an emergency mode, right? It's like if I take you and throw you on a desert island, you're stressed out. Your body's like, yo, we're not losing. I'm going to try not to lose any of this fat because we might need this for whatever the situation is, right? So what I'm saying is, even if you have a caloric deficit, you can still have high cortisol levels, which is impeding your progress. So, doing things to help yourself relax. Another thing I want to mention is like saunas. A sauna is a great way to just like sit there. It could be a form of meditation, letting your body get rid of toxins and just sit and chill. That's a good thing. Treating yourself, getting yourself a massage might help you relax. Getting those manis and petties, you know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, I'm going to take this afternoon and just do me. I am going to do that brunch. I am going to have those teenies, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do the unlimited, whatever. Champagne or whatever, those small little things like that will help bring your cortisol levels down. If you're really like, if you notice and you're hearing this podcast, you're saying to yourself, man, I haven't got a manicure, pedicure in so long. Yeah, you need to do I haven't got a massage and who knows, I can't even remember. You might need to do you. Going to a sauna, you haven't been one in 4 or 5 years. You know what? Try to get to one and see how the difference is when you feel regularly bringing down your cortisol levels. You will see, in my opinion, a big difference in your weight loss journey. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Balance is key, and we need to be on low stress, which is very challenging. And so, yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't disagree with any of that. What I'm just saying, I don't think that's most people's problem. I'm saying I don't think the cortisol is most people's problems. I think most people are saying that, but just the same way you're saying, the same way you said a little while ago, people say I'm eating right. But then it's like, yeah, but you're eating pints of ice cream. Hey, I saw you at Cheesecake Factory with a big ass slice of cheesecake. All the shit I'm guilty of, right?
Right.
I think the same way that happens, I think it's not really the cortisol levels for most people. I think a lot of people who say, hey, I've been working out, but I'm struggling with losing weight. I don't think it's cortisol. I think it's not being consistent. Okay. Another one of my problems. And not doing enough to dip into that stored fat. That's what I was bringing up, the stored fat.
Oh, no, I dig it. And like I said, I know a lot of people lie. I would probably say most people lie. But what I'm doing right now, I'm giving cats the benefit of the doubt, right? Because I hear this all the time. It's like, no, I'm serious. No, Sensei, I'm seriously, I do everything right. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm saying what you're saying, like, you a lying motherfucker. But you know what? Let me give you the benefit of the doubt and say maybe it's some other things. And so
we switched today. Today you Superman and I'm Batman. See? Today I'm on some like, nah. Fuck that. Yeah. Not giving niggas the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And you want some it's people are naturally good. I'm like, nah. People are naturally bad.
Oh no, I know they are, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, because maybe there is some other things. The next thing the next hormone I want to talk about that could be impeding your process is insulin, right?
Yes.
Insulin,
that's a big one.
That's a big one, or even what we know as insulin resistance, and I'll talk about that in a second. But
Yes.
what is the hormone insulin, and why is it so important? Once again, remember, all hormones are important. All of them play a part in the orchestra. So there is no bad hormone here, right? Each one of them is needed by the body. So what insulin does, when you eat something, your brain, the pancreas, takes a signal and says, okay, we just ate. That thing we just ate has nutrients in it. We need to get the nutrients out of that thing and put it to where it belongs, so that your body has, the vitamins and minerals and everything else that it needs for you to continue to live a healthy life. So every time you eat, insulin gets raised. Now, when insulin is raised, you cannot lose body fat. Period. I don't give a fuck how much of a caloric deficit you in. If your insulin is raised, body fat is not going anywhere. You're not dipping into those body stores at all. So what you need is to get insulin to go down, usually after 3 or 4 hours after you ate. Insulin goes down, then your body says, okay, what do we need to do? And we'll start processing the body fat that it needs. Right? Well, the problem is, a lot of people never allow their insulin to go down because they are peckers, they're foraging all the time. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly, so they might be in a caloric deficit. Don't get me wrong, but they're just like, these are the people who are just like, I'm just eating carrots. And then an hour later, I have some almonds. And then an hour later, I got this little cheese that I'm picking. And so they just pickers, and they're just picking this and picking that and picking this. And they're doing this throughout the day. And so in their mind, it's like, but I didn't eat a lot, right? I only ate a tiny bit of this and a tiny bit of that.
And your body is saying, nigga, I've been eating all day.
Right. And so your body is saying, hey, every time you eat, I got to process that. So I got to keep the insulin high. And so you're never dipping into the body stores because you keep pecking away all the time. And I'm not saying you're eating unhealthy. I get it. You're probably eating an orange and an apple and some grapes and a little bit of almonds. And, I that's all I do. I don't even eat that much. And I hear this a lot from people. And they're like, why am I not losing weight? Because I only eat right. But it's like, well, how many snacks do you have? And when you look at their day, it's like, you had breakfast, then you had a snack, then you had another snack, then you had lunch, then you had a snack, and then you had a snack, and then in between that, you had a snack. And they've been told by a lot of dietitians and stuff like nutritionists, it's cool to snack throughout the day. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying if your goal is to lose weight, to get that body fat down, you got to bring the insulin down. And you're not going to bring the insulin down if you keep pecking all damn day. Stop. You know what I'm saying? And so I recommend, you don't have to peck if you eat a good solid meal. You wake up in the morning. If you're the type of person who wakes up in the morning and you're hungry, like, man, I'm hungry. Great. Have a good breakfast. Not no tiny little piece of just, all I want to do is have one grape. No, because then you're going to have breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Have breakfast. Sit there.
One grape.
Yeah, I'm like, I know people are rushing in the morning and they just take a little piece of toast and a piece of butter and they just out the door and they eat it out the door. Try not to do that. Wake up a little bit early. And if you're a breakfast person, sit and have breakfast. Remember when you used to do that when you was young, you was a kid, right? You would sit there and have breakfast. That would carry you for 3 hours until lunchtime, 3 to 4 hours until lunchtime. Then you sat at lunch and ate lunch. You didn't grab lunch and go like we still do now. Like you're at work, you're grabbing lunch and you're going and you're pecking. No, take the 15, 20, you get an hour of lunch, take 15, 20 minutes, take a half hour. Have a good lunch. That should last you for 3 or 4 hours, and then have a good dinner. So this way you don't have to peck. And what's happening when you eat that way, right? And this is just old school stuff that your grandma told you, right? You know, like
That's right.
three hots. You know what I'm saying? 3 square
That's
meals,
it.
3
That's
squares.
it.
You know, what I mean,
That's it.
this is nothing new, but we have to
Nope.
go back to where we came from because we've been doing things
Because we
everything
lost
quick.
the fundamentals.
Yeah, everything had to be quick. You know, quick
That's
breakfast,
right.
quick lunch, quick dinner, quick. No, stop doing the quick shit. Sit
Right.
down and have breakfast. You might, you know, this is kind of off topic, but you might even get to sit down and talk to your kids or talk to your partner. You know what I mean?
You know
We
what I'm
used to
saying?
do that back in the day. We had food.
Without a phone.
Right. We had food and we talked to each other. You know,
Wow,
how
what
are
a
you
crazy
doing today?
concept.
What's going on? You sat down and you had dinner. You sat down and you had breakfast and you checked in with one another. But my point is, you will see yourself to start to lose weight if you eat, give your body 3 hours or so of not eating, and you won't be hungry if you eat a good meal. Once you start getting hungry again, right? Now have another good meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give yourself 3 enough 4 more hours and then have another good meal if you feel you need to. Now you may say to yourself, three meals, that's too much. I don't want to eat that much. Okay, that's fine. You know, you might be,
Cool.
like I was for a minute. You know, I was a big breakfast skipper and I had no problem with it. Like, I may not have my first meal till 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock,
Right.
whatever. That's fine. But if I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to peck my way till 1 o'clock. I'm going to not have nothing, then 12, 1 o'clock, have my first meal. That's fine. So I'm not telling you must have 3 meals. What I'm saying is if you eat a good meal, that will last you for some hours so you don't have to keep pecking throughout the day, keeping your insulin levels high. You have to stop eating all day, so insulin goes down so that it can get into that body fat. Go ahead.
And don't forget our good friend, hold on, water.
Yeah, go in
because when you feel like I need a snack, sometimes all you need is some of this right here. You see this lovely, beautiful, earthly substance? When it gets in your body, number one, it sometimes takes away the hunger. Number two, it helps with that process of digestion. It says, hey, grandma used to say, you got to wash down some of that food. Well, since we're speaking about grandma, let's talk about grandma's theory. Wash down some of that food that you ate. Instead of having a handful of grapes and pecking, get you some water. Drink you 16, 24, 32 ounces of water. Tell me you still hungry after that. Tell me you still hungry. You're probably not hungry. You're probably seriously full after drinking a liter of water. You're like, man, whew, I'm full. No, I don't want any. No, I'm cool on the carrots. You can have the carrots.
Yeah, I recommend that be the first thing you have in the morning is some water. Before you have your coffee or any kind of stimulant, which once again, stimulants can raise cortisol levels, so you're a coffee person, you drink 3 or 4 cups of coffee, you constantly
and insulin levels.
Yeah, you constantly stimulate it. Coffee especially can raise insulin if you start loading it up with sugar and milk and all this other shit, and so now your insulin has to get
artificial sweeteners.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But I agree with the water joint because it's like if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you have is water, that kind of fills you up for a minute. And if you feel like, hey, I want to skip, just to get into that deficit, I want to get into this caloric deficit. You want to skip a meal, that's fine. I don't have anything against that. Drink some water first, then later on have your coffee. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see it's a difference in how you feel. Like you just said, you're not going to feel all that hungry if you have a good amount of water first thing in the morning, because your body is probably more dehydrated than it is actually hungry, but the brain don't really know the difference. So you could be dehydrated and think you're hungry when you're really just dehydrated.
That's what I was about to say. I didn't want to cut you off, but that's what I was about to say. And what happens is that's also why sometimes water will carry you over to your next meal. If you say, man, I ate lunch at noon, but I'm not going to be able to get to dinner till 6. All right, load up on water. In between 12, or let's say 12:30, you didn't eat at exactly noon, but when you finish that meal that started at 12, whether that's 12:30, 1 o'clock, however long it takes you to eat, between then and 6, get your water popping.
Yes.
If you know, hey, I got a 5-hour stretch between these next 2 meals, all right, get that water in. You're going to see it's going to carry you to that next meal. You're going to feel like, oh, I feel a little bit better. I don't feel like I need to have a snack. I don't feel like, man, I'm starving.
Right.
Because your body, you filled up on that water. And like you said, which you took the words right out of my mouth, a lot of times the brain sends us a signal. It says, hey, you need some water. But we ignore that signal. We spoke about it on this podcast before, all the old episodes. And we ignore that until our body says, hey, starvation mode. Then we start looking, okay, yeah, where's the water? Because now I feel like sandpaper in my throat. And my stomach is making all type of noises. It won't shut up. Right. That's when we a lot of times say, okay, now it's time. But you don't have to wait to that time. If you feel like, I can use a little bit of water. Okay, have a little bit of water.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, have that water. And so yeah, let me just get into the sweeteners. You know what I'm saying, the artificial sweeteners. Now, as you know, I do use artificial sweeteners in my journey to lose weight, right? Get a little bit of sweetness, blah, 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 blah. We spoke about this a couple of pods ago. If you missed that pod, go check it out. Right. But the thing you need to remember, if you're doing artificial sweeteners, so if you're saying, hey, I want 0 calories and I'm going to drink 0 calorie, drinks throughout the day. Understand this. When you do that, your body is thinking there's food in there and it's going to raise insulin. Now, it might be a 0 calorie drink. There's no calories in it. So you're having a Diet Coke. There's 0 calories. You're absolutely right. You're not consuming calories, but your insulin levels are still being increased. So just know that when you have that artificial sweetener, whatever that drink is, that Diet Coke, that, the Monster Energy drink or whatever it is, you get the diet, it's 0 calories. Right. Great. You need that energy to get throughout the day, go for it. But you're not burning calories because insulin is being raised because your brain thinks we have food. So right. I got to go in there and, get the nutrients out. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
Once again, if you feel like you need it, take it. But if you drink diet drinks throughout the day, thinking, man, why can't I lose weight? All I drink is diet drinks. They 0 calories. So why am I not losing weight? You're not losing weight because your insulin levels are high. Even though it's diet and it's 0 calories, you're still got high insulin. So I'd say get some of that water, like Jay is saying, rather than having energy drinks throughout the day. You need one every now and then because you need to get your energy popping. Okay, yeah, hey, you had a low energy day today. You needed something to help you out. One time for your mind, that ain't gonna hurt. But if it's a daily thing, 2 times, 3 times a day, it is going to hurt because it's stimulants in there, and it is going to hurt because your insulin is still high, and you may develop insulin resistance. And so when insulin resistance creeps in, it means your body isn't even really responding to the insulin. It doesn't even feel like it's full or whatever. It just keeps insulin high at all times because you've been training your body to keep insulin high at all times. So it's well, I guess that's what we do. We just keep insulin always high. So
that's it.
That's what we're going to do. And and so, the thing is, hey, try to get off of the artificial sweetness for a while. Only use it when you need to. Maybe once a day is fine. I like to have a coffee, and I use an artificial sweetener, Splenda, and that's it for the morning. And right after that, normally when I have that coffee, I use coffee as a pre-workout. So I have my coffee, I jump on my bike. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not eating anymore until 4 hours out, 3-4 hours out. Then I'll have something else to eat because I know the only way I'm going to start getting into my body fat is allowing that insulin to come down. And the thing is, it's okay to be a little bit hungry. Like we lose it now. Like if you're a tiny bit hungry, yo, it's okay. It's actually okay. We can be a little bit hungry for an hour or two until you get to, to a place where you can sit down and eat. And that's really have been my strategy. It's like, I like to enjoy my food. I don't want to rush. I don't want to hurry up and eat. If I got to hurry up and eat, I'll skip it. I'll wait till I can sit down and have my food. I want to sit down. I want to enjoy my food. I want to sit there and eat, and
that's a great tactic.
Yeah, especially if I can have it with someone, you know what I mean? If I could just be like, oh, I'm about to meet up with Jay. I'm gonna wait till I meet up with Jay, and then I'm gonna eat, and we can eat together and sit down and enjoy this meal and laugh, have some jokes or something. I'd rather do it that way than quickly and hurry up and eat because I'm in a rush because I got to go meet you. Nah, I'd rather be hungry just for that hour until I see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are some of my tips in terms of like getting that insulin level down.
Yeah, and let's pick on me a little bit. Sugar. We spoke about the sweeteners. Got to speak about sugar. All of us who like the cakes and the cookies and the ice cream and the donuts and everything else in between, that sugar is fucking with your insulin levels. And too much of that sugar is going to give you exactly what Dre mentioned, which is insulin resistance. And that is where it gets dangerous because you have created a pattern where all your body is craving is sugar. And you keep giving it sugar, 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 sugar. Sugar in the coffee, sugar with your meal, sugar for a snack, sugar with your drinks, sugar, 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 sugar. And so after a while, your body's like, hey, man, all we know is sugar. And this shit is fucking us up. And now we can't even process insulin at all because we've built up an insulin resistance because of all of the sugar you're consuming. And that's why I say on here all the time, I know personally, I have to continue to bring my sugar down. So if that means instead of having a latte, having a black coffee, instead of having a pint of ice cream, having an ice cream sandwich, instead of getting the 3-pack of donuts, having 1 donut, right? All these different little things we can do to modify will help us both in the short term and the long term.
No doubt.
And so I got to pick on the sugar addicts as well, because I know I'm one of them. And I know that's something me personally, jokes aside, have to constantly think about because I'm quick to be like, oh, word, Dunkin' got a deal, $2 latte. Yeah, let me get the latte. Fuck it. Why not? Yes, I'll take oat milk in there too. Thank you. Oh, word. How much for the 3-pack of donuts? Oh, Krispy Kreme, you're crazy. I hate y'all. Here, take my money. Give me the 3-pack. Yeah, I want the Oreo donut too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, word. Yeah. Ben and Jerry's is 2 for $5. Oh, Walmart, why would you do me like that? All right, let me find the 2 nastiest flavors and put them in my cart. And so it's something that I know I have to be conscious of. And I'm not perfect. I say that up here all the time. Listen, I got a latte sitting here right now. But I know I can't go from having the latte and be like, all right, now let's go get some ice cream, everyone. Yes, ice cream time. Right. No, you had a latte and then you're done for the day. You had a latte today. And so these are the things that we have to be conscious of, especially when we're talking about these long-lasting health things, right? Because taking care of yourself is the most important part. That's what all of this is really about. It's about taking care of yourself through fitness, through dieting, through decision-making. That's what this is all about.
No doubt. Yeah. And so that's really it. I hope people got something from this, just to kind of close on this segment, stop pecking, watch the sugar, watch the artificial sweeteners, and give your body a break. So go without food for a while and you're going to see a difference. Trust me, and if some of you have tried this before, put that in the comments, Jay.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. I meant to say this about the snacking, right? I was at a doctor's appointment and a doctor said something to me. It wasn't about me, but I was there for someone else in support. And they said, hey, I want you to cut out all of the snacks. And I said, damn, doc, that's going to be hard for them. You don't think? They said, I don't care if it's hard. They need to cut out all snacks. I said, I don't mean to be rude, but may I ask why you're emphasizing cutting out all snacks? And they said, I'm going to speak very plainly if you don't mind. I said, no, please do. They said, this person is very overweight, right? This person is more than 50 pounds overweight. There's no reason they should be having snacks. Snacks, no matter what the snack is going to harm them, not help them. They need to have 3 solid meals a day, and there should be no snacks at all, period. And I know that's something we have to get to. And so the plan they came up with was, in the meantime, for between now and next doctor's appointment, snacks can only be fruits and vegetables. No cookies, no cakes, no ice cream, no crackers, none of that fun stuff. And after that 6 months, the next plan is to transition into 0 snacks. Why? And this is why I'm saying it. A lot of us on this fitness journey, again, are not trying to lose 5 pounds. A lot of us are in the obese category, including myself. And so we already have too much body fat. We are already above 15%, above 20%, above 30% body fat. Snacks are only going to add to what you are trying to lose. And so we must remind ourselves, myself included, that these snacks are harming us, not helping us. We want to reduce body fat, which means snacking has to stop.
No doubt.
I'm done.
No doubt. I'm glad you said that, right? So let's sum it up. As that doctor is saying, there isn't such thing as healthy snacks, but you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? So is it better to have a small pack of almonds than a donut? Of course. Like,
Of course.
come on, right? Of course. But
Yeah, of course.
fuck the almonds. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it away. Just don't have it. You know, I want a healthy snack. But, you know, because I hear that. You know, what about healthy snacks? I'm saying, like that doctor saying, for your goals, if you're coming in and it's like, man, summer's coming and I'm trying to get ready for my vacation. I'm trying to get ready for this wedding. I'm trying to get ready for this family reunion. Then stop snacking, no matter how healthy it is. It's just an apple. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having an apple. But if you're trying to lose that body fat and you want to do it, you know, as quickly as possible, stop snacking, no matter if it's healthy or not. Just stop it.
Right.
Drink the water. That's your snack. Water.
Right. Water.
Water.
If you feel real crazy, throw some lemon in that motherfucker.
Throw some lemons in there. Throw some, you know, strawberries, whatever you want, a little cocktail, whatever. Throw that in there and chill.
Some apple cider vinegar.
Some apple cider V. You know?
You know what I'm saying?
That's going to keep you, you're going to feel satiated. You're going to feel satiated. You know, that lemon, that apple cider vinegar and water, you good. Some cayenne pepper in there, son.
Hey.
Son, that's 4 hours. I guarantee you, before 4 hours, you'll be like, yo, I'm not hungry. That's wild.
Right.
Give it a try.
Right.
Let me know. Give it a try. Let me know.
And speaking of being satiated, let's talk about our boy Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah, son.
Son.
I don't even know if you heard about this, but let's go in for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Dre's favorite feature.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's see if it works.
Yeah,
see if it worked. That's
Dre's
the whole
favorite,
thing.
The screen share.
Okay.
Insider. Boom.
Yeah, insider. Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what happened. And I'm gonna talk while you see it on the screen.
Context.
Hugh Jackman tweeted. Sorry. Hugh Jackman tweeted this. And you should see the tweet right here. Here's Hugh Jackman saying he's bulking. A day in the life. Thank you, Chef Mario, for helping me stay healthy and properly fed whilst becoming Wolverine again. And so what did cats do? They looked at this meal and they were like, oh, wait a second. Okay. It looks like Hugh Jackman is doing 8,000 calories a day. Why? Because in the photo, it shows 2 grass-fed sirloin steaks with noodles. That's about 1,000 calories each. 2 chicken burgers with sweet potatoes. That's about 1,000 calories each. Black bass with rice. That's 2,000 calories. And Patagonian chick nook salmon with potatoes. That's another 2,000 calories. So altogether, Jackman's diet consists of 8,300 calories a day so he can bulk up to be superhero size. Let me get back to.
Which means number one,
let me get back to him.
Is a hypocrite because he said he wasn't doing that shit. He said, I'm not putting my body through all of the rigorous exercises that it takes and the strenuous time that it is trying to be Wolverine. It's too much. I'm too old and I can't do it. And we spoke about that here on this pod where we applauded him and we were like, yeah, Hugh Jackman saying fuck the entertainment industry. Yeah, we championed that. And now this motherfucker making us look bad.
Okay. First of all, we got to deal with the first things.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say maybe it was a miscommunication.
Let's have fun.
I'm feeling very Superman today. I'm very Clark Kent.
I see
right?
you. I see that.
Maybe it was a miscommunication, Jay. Maybe it was a miscommunication because he didn't say himself, I'm eating 8,000 calories a day. But he did put this picture up there thanking Chef Mario and say, yo, this is my meal for the day. I want to say that the miscommunication is maybe Chef Mario made you the meal for the week. And maybe you're eating 8,000 calories a week.
Psych.
But when you put that picture up there and say, hey, I'm eating 8,000 calories a day, or that's what people are assuming you're saying that in order to bulk up, this is what you need. Now, people who really bulk up, bodybuilders, right? Who this is what they do for a living. They go on shows, they show off their muscles, they get on stage, all that. The biggest, most professional bodybuilder ain't eating 8,000 calories a day, bro. No.
Right.
That's way too much food. You can't put that there. I challenge anybody to try to eat 8,000 calories a day. It's not going to happen. That is a lot of food. Is Hugh Jackman bulking up? Of course he's bulking up. Is he eating 8,000 calories a day? Nah, son. What is he doing? Well, he's going
supplements.
He's going to see his man, The Rock, again. And they're going to talk again about what you need. And the thing we applauded him on was like, yo, we already know it takes certain amount of supplementation in terms of PED use, performance enhancement drugs, to get to that size, especially a man that's well into his 50s. This ain't a 20-year-old kid. It's a man well into his 50s. To get jacked up like that, you're going to need some enhancements. And it ain't just food. You see what I'm saying? Right. So we was giving him credit by saying, hey, the amount of drugs it takes for you to look like that, I'm going to give you credit for saying, hey, I'm not going to put my body through that kind of like dangerous amount of drugs again because that was a lot. But you know what? Right. I don't know that man mortgage payments. I don't know what that man is going through where he was like, you know what? The Marvel money, though, is some good money. I mean, not only do I get paid for the
ante.
Right, not only I get paid for the movie, I'm talking toys and shit. My likeness is on hats and T-shirts. Son, that Marvel money is multi-level. So I get it. I get that it's hard to say no to that. You in your 50s and they still asking you to play an action hero? Word.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So what I got to do? Okay. I already know what I got to do. I already know who I got to call. But in order for me to somehow justify that I've put on all this muscle, I got to say it's food.
Right.
But those who know, and I know our audience isn't, professional bodybuilders or whatever. So I'm letting y'all know that, yo, you not eating 8,000 calories a day and putting on muscle.
No.
You eat 8,000 calories a day, you putting on mad fat. There's going to be some muscle because you're working out. Of course, you're working out. You're going to put on some muscle. But 8,000 calories a day, and I give you like 3 or 4 months, you're going to get the dad bod, brother. You're going to be big, but you're going to have that stomach because you're not in a caloric deficit. You're in a caloric surplus, a huge caloric surplus. And I don't care how much working out you do. If you put on a gigantic caloric surplus, guess what? You're going to have an extension of your midsection. And that ain't very Wolverine-like. So,
nope.
Nah, son. I like Hugh Jackman. He's a great actor, but I got to call bullshit on that tweet. Period.
No, it don't smell right?
It don't pass the smell test. The smell test is not being passed. You know what I mean? Go in.
I went to his Twitter. I'm still here, trying to see if I could find a response to it, because he tweeted and a bunch of people, they responded or whatever. But
did he remove it?
Sadly, no, he didn't remove it. But
Okay,
he didn't
that's what's up.
either.
Okay, yeah, he of course. What he gonna say? What he gonna say? Nah, I'm serious though. No, for real. No, for real though. I do eat 8,000 calories a day. I'm serious. Come on, man. Professional bodybuilders will do. Let me just say, professional bodybuilders do like maybe 5,000 calories a day. They might up it to like 5,500, possibly.
And that's what I was gonna say. So I remember at one point I was doing research on swimming, because I had a pool where I lived. I was swimming every day or most days, and I was interested in like, okay, well, what do people eat who swim? I'll close this out. And so I was I was looking up the people who swim. Michael Phelps is the most famous that we know here, right? And Michael Phelps eats 5,000 calories a day, but he spends about 12 hours in total training in the pool. And when he comes out the pool, he also does other exercises. And so this man is literally working out 3/4 of the day, and he consumes 5,000 calories.
And I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you to say this part. And he ain't in his 50s. And he wasn't in his 50s when he was training that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but go ahead.
No, it's fine. And so if someone who is working out that much is only consuming 5,000 calories, I highly doubt Hugh Jackman is consuming 8,000 plus. Now, just want to say, we already know what this is. Now, I let you spark it. You wanted to spark it. And so, listen, we already know. There's no need to guess or summarize or pontificate. No, it's real fucking simple. Okay? It's drugs. All right? Let's have fun with it. You ain't want to have fun, Dre. So we gonna have fun with it now. It's drugs. That's it. He went to Smoothie Time. He spoke to the dude in the back, and they said, Here you go, Mr. Jackman. See you next Thursday, same time. That's it. It's real simple. Listen, I ain't mad at him. I'm disappointed that he made us look bad. After we applauded him, yay. He came back and was like, I heard that shit y'all said. But Fox Studios, Disney, and Marvel, they said they was going to up the ante. They said they was going to pay me this many this time. Well,
Disney, it's hard to beat.
Listen, if that's what they paying for, how I'm not going to give them what they paying for?
It's hard to beat, son. It's hard to beat.
Exactly. Listen, if that's what they want, then he going to do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that's fine. But I just wish, and we've said this many times up here, that cats would just keep it real, son. Don't be creating hashtags becoming Wolverine again. No, hashtag taking steroids again. What about that?
Well, that's what that means. Becoming Wolverine means you got to take the drugs. But what I don't appreciate is that you're look. Nobody asked you, right? You could have just listened. No. I'm working out, doing what I got to do. When you put out your diet, because now, listen, there's a lot of people who
he's got more. If you go on his Twitter, he's at the Met Gala pre-party or whatever with a meal, and it says Met Gala pre-game or something like that. Then it says hashtag meal 5 out of 6, and he's got he's got a nice plate of food in front of him. It ain't a salad, kid.
Right. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. Does he have to intake more protein now because he has to get muscle? Of course you do.
Sure.
Of course you do. You have to get mad protein in. He's probably got to get in 200 grams of protein, maybe even 300 grams of protein a day. I get it, but that alone ain't getting you to be Wolverine, baby. But here's my issue. You got millions and millions of fans. And some of those millions and millions of fans believe you wholeheartedly. So there's some kid out there, 18, 19, 23.
He about to eat 8,000 calories a day.
See what you just did? You pulled the rug from me, okay? You pulled the rug from me, so I love it. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what's happening. Some kid is looking at that mail. They finding out who Chef Mario is because you already gave him a shout out. So Chef Mario is already putting stuff together like, yo, you want to get as big as Hugh Jackman? Follow my recipes and shit. And so now
No, not even follow my recipes. Pay for my Wolverine meal plan.
Oh, the Wolverine meal plan. The movie, but listen, $200 a month, $300 a month. It's better than Ozempic, nigga. Better than Ozempic.
Better than
Ozempic. Oh, I got it. Man. Better than Ozempic. You got to be kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Mounjaro who?
Right. So, some kid is out there thinking he got to eat 8,000 calories because I want to look like. Who doesn't want to look like that? I would love to look like that. Right. I'm in my 50s. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Why not?
Yo, all right. So what I gotta do? Eat 8,000 calories a day? Just work out?
8,000 calories, Dre.
Okay, that's
start documenting. I want to see every meal from your 8,000 meal, 8,000 calorie.
Nah, son. Come on, stop. And that's what I'm saying. And you're eating more, like you just said. You're eating more than Olympic athletes. You're eating more than professional bodybuilders who stay in that shape. They don't never get out of that shape. They stay in that shape all year, ready to go on stage.
Right.
And they don't eat that much. And you're just an actor who's going to play this role for a minute, and you got to eat 8,000 calories a day? All right, son. All right. See? Yes, you're right. I had a lot of respect for you, Hugh Jackman. But on this one, son, stop. Just stop it. Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
It's ridiculous.
Supplements.
Yeah. Supplementation. Yeah. Food. That's all you're doing.
Supplementation.
Just food.
That's the name of the episode.
Just food and working out will get you the Wolverine body, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to do.
You didn't know?
Just contact.
I don't know why you don't look like Wolverine. Son.
Because I need to contact Chef Mario, okay? And let him put the diet plan together for me and eat 6 meals a day. And that's going to do it. I've been all this whole time. I've been wasting my time. So I've been wasting my time because I should have been. I should have contacted Chef Mario years ago.
You should have contacted Chef Mario. Purchased the Wolverine Again package.
I need that Wolverine package. The Wolverine Again package.
Wolverine Again, not just any Wolverine.
Yeah,
that's the old package. That one's outdated.
Son.
And you got to get the Becoming Wolverine Again package.
And this is what we've been saying. So, okay, it's like Hugh Jackman. You've been Wolverine for over 20 years now. When you first started being Wolverine, when you were younger, your 30s, you didn't look nowhere as jacked as you do now. So you mean to tell me that you get more jacked as you get older? Naturally.
You didn't know that?
Because now you're eating
that's perfectly
more
normal.
Food.
You didn't know that?
Because he wasn't eating enough food back then. Jay,
no, he wasn't.
The reason why he wasn't eating enough, he was only eating like 3,000 calories a day, and that was it.
Right?
That didn't.
And that's why you look so good now, Jay. Because as we turn older, we get better and stronger.
Right.
That's why you look so good. It's not the bike. It's not the elliptical. It's not the long ass list of workouts you send me when you in the gym hitting the weights. It's just that you eating more. That's all it is.
That's it. That's all it is. I eat 6 meals a day.
Silly. 6 meals. You know what I'm saying?
And
you know the 6 meals.
6 big
broccoli,
meals.
Brown rice, and grilled chicken. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Maybe
I don't know how you even get to 8,000 calories eating that. But that's
chicken. Yeah. Just a lot of chicken,
brown rice, broccoli, and supplementation.
Right, and that's it. That's what you need. And you could look like Wolverine too.
And you can look like Wolverine.
You want to look like you stepped out of the comic books?
That's it.
Chef Mario, baby. Chef Mario. Yo, we're gonna look into Chef Mario. So when we clip this up, I'm gonna see what's going on with Chef Mario. That's about to be my new dude.
That's your new dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be my new dude for a minute. Yeah, I messed with the chef, baby. The chef.
That's it. And then you gonna be looking like Wolverine, son.
In a minute. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It's all good though.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We hope y'all had a good time. Hopefully, y'all found this valuable in some way. And that's it. We gave y'all a nice lengthy episode here. And so we're back, and we'll be back again in 2 semanas, 2 weeks, as per usual. So we're out.
Peace.